My name is Danielle Polson, and I grew up in the greater Pasadena area. I live in a small town called Sierra Madre. So I went on Pasadena Weight Loss Center's program for 3 months. I lost 20 pounds and 2 dress sizes, and I've been able to keep it off for a year. The maintenance is great. I think the maintenance works for me because of the accountability of it. So at first I came every 2 weeks for 8 weeks, and then I started to come once a month to meet with Erin or Lindsay, some really great coaches here. And they do the body measuring, like the fat, muscle, and inflammation. And I also do a weight check, but then I also have a meeting with them. And we talk about progress and what's changed in my life, and challenges and successes and just changes. And so I think that accountability of having to come in, that I've committed to that every month, is what has kept the weight off for me. I think before I started this program, I turned 50 this year, and I think for about 6 or 7 years, my weight had just slowly creeped up every year. And I'm going to say that's middle-aged metabolism that was at work, and hormone changes, and just being in my 40s. And so things that I used to eat, I would eat that, and every year I gained weight. So by the time I came to Pasadena Weight Loss Center, I really wasn't feeling good about myself because I was 15 pounds heavier than I had ever been, except maybe when I had my babies. So other than that, I had managed to keep my weight at a place I was comfortable, and it had creeped up through those years. I think having 15 extra pounds really affected my energy level. Mm-hmm. It's just carrying that weight around. So I was feeling more sluggish and more tired. And the interesting part is I was exercising more than I ever had. When I came here, I've been doing circuit training, and I had been doing that for 2 years before I even came here. I was feeling good from an exercise perspective, but all of that extra weight on me, it's like I was literally carrying 2 10-pound weights mm-hmm. with me all the time. Mm-hmm. So I think I had some knee problems, I had some back problems, even with that exercise. So I think I just really needed to get that 20 pounds off. I mean, I didn't feel as good about myself as I could have. I think my husband, it wasn't coming from him, it was me, and just the way I felt. He never said anything to me. He would never pressure me or even ask me about it. It's just not his way. But it was really me, that I didn't feel like all my clothes didn't fit. That was a drag. I had to go through, I had 3 different wardrobes, like my most large wardrobe, where I kind of want to be, and then my skinniest, at some other time. And that doesn't feel good, to be not fitting your clothes. So I think, I'm a happy person. I love myself, but I didn't feel as good as I could feel, I think, mm-hmm. at the same time. I don't think my friends or my kids or, no one, no. Yeah. I just don't hang with people who would judge me that way.
Yeah, but you felt uncomfortable yourself?
With myself. I think it was coming from me.
Yourself.
Yeah, not from, the outside world, but just how I feel, my own self-esteem, mm-hmm. how I feel about myself, but not really that other people were telling me anything, or that was my own standard or my own judgment of myself, I think. I think my relationship with food was that I hadn't learned that I can't eat what I could eat when I was 22. And that had to change. So just really making choices and not just eating whatever I felt like, which I think I was doing, and that really wasn't working. And then I was saying, oh, I'm doing all this exercise so I can eat whatever I want, but I really couldn't. So I have to make choices, and that I think has changed a lot. Mm-hmm. I still live. I still do what I want to do. And when I came here, I filled out a pretty lengthy questionnaire about my lifestyle and my habits, my eating habits, everything. My husband and I like to travel. We travel a lot. We like to go out. But I think I came in and said, the question was, what are your rules? Like, what are you not going to live without? And I said wine and coffee. And I've been on those diets that asked me to give up everything, and they didn't work. And I would stay on them for 30 days, and then I would go off them and gain the weight back. So I can have wine, but I can have like 1 glass a day. And if I have wine, I can't have a giant rice bowl and a big bowl of pasta and 5 peaches. So I have to make a choice. I have to choose. That's a carbohydrate. I learned that's a carb. And so if I want my wine in the evening, then I need to make choices during the day.
Okay.
So, and coffee, I mean, Erin and Lindsay were like, you can have coffee. You just can't have like this much half and half and this much sugar. Or if you do, then you can't have something else later in the day. Mm-hmm. So that was a big change that, I had to learn about. I feel a lot better now. I've continued with my exercise. I do that like 4 days a week, the circuit training. And so I think the combination of the exercise and just being 20 pounds lighter just has made me feel a lot better, more energy. I feel like I had some muscle definition, but it was like under a layer of fat. So now I feel like I look better. Like I can see my progress from my exercise. Mm-hmm. And my clothes fit again. I had to give away a lot of clothes, which was like great and yet not. And I had to buy new things because even my thin clothes didn't fit me because they were too big, which was great. So it's been a long time. I went in for a physical, and my doctor said, you haven't been this weight since before you had your first baby.
Wow.
When I was 27.
Wonderful.
So she was like, what? Because it's a yearly checkup. So she hadn't seen me in a year.
Wonderful.
So what makes this program different, Pasadena Weight Loss Center, is the amount of vegetables that I eat now. I've never eaten this many vegetables in my life. Never. But I really like it. So I have a shake every day with tons of raw spinach and vegetables in it and protein powder. That's my breakfast. And then at some other times of the day, I'll have vegetables too, like raw veggies and hummus or a salad or something like that. But also proteins. I can have some carbs. So the maintenance, I think, is really doable. The program, I wasn't hungry, but it was strict. But I had to do that to lose the weight. So that was fine. But the maintenance program, if I go to town or something, I really just eat what I want. And then on Monday, I am back to it. And I'm eating the vegetables and doing the shakes and everything. So I think the vegetable intake, the counseling, and the body measurement, that's what makes it really different for me. I pretty much, I just eat differently than I used to. So I would go on diets before, I would stick to them, and then I would gain it back. And a lot of those were more like 30 days. And the commitment was 3 months, and no less than 3 months to go on it. And so at first I was like, that's a long time, and what if it doesn't work and everything? But the staff here said, you can't lose weight that quickly and keep it off. And you can't you have to commit to the 3 months. And so I did, and I really stuck with it. Like, I was really strict with myself. And it worked. And now, I mean, a year is a long time to keep it off. It is for me. I have never done that before. At this point in my life, and maybe it's something about this turning 50, this milestone this year, but I honestly feel much better than I have in a very long time. And I think it's the weight loss and the exercise and this new way of eating that I'm just eating so much healthier now. So many more vegetables, lean proteins, but also enjoying my life. We're going to Europe for 3 weeks in the fall, and I am going to drink wine, and I'm going to eat cheese, and I'm going to do all that. And then when I come back, I'm going to go right back to the maintenance, because that's how it has to work. And that's okay. And every time I come here and I talk to Aaron, he says, I want you to eat and enjoy your life and not deprive yourself. But you can't do that all the time. So I think for me, I'm just at a really different place with food, and knowing that if I have a treat, it's a treat, and it's not something that I can do every day. I can't eat like that anymore. And I probably should never have eaten like that, to be honest, even when I was 21 or 22. So I think it's much healthier, and I feel much healthier now and than I have in decades, really. Well, I would like to thank you, Rawa. Every time I come in, you're so friendly, and we chat, and I see you eating your big salads, and just a friendly face.
Thank you.
Aaron and Lindsay have been my coaches. I started off with Aaron, then went to Lindsay for a while, and then Aaron,
Right.
and they're both really amazing.
Good.
So I think they're amazing coaches and just really nice people, great people.